How's it, guys? This is Davey here, FPL, and welcome back to the Deadline with Davey live stream. This live stream is obviously going to revolve around final game week 38. The time has come. It's the end of the FPL 23/24 season. Hopefully, you guys are looking at your rank with a smile on your face. But if you're not, we still have one more game or one more game week to make up the difference. So thank you for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. A little bit of an interesting live stream time, but as you guys know, every single game will be coming up in the next about 2 hours time. So a lot to talk about from now till then. I'll be going through team leaks. There have been a few. There have been some reliable, some unreliable ones. So please just remember to only listen to reliable information, which I will hopefully be giving you in this stream. Leaks in general aren't always to be trusted. We've seen that over the past few game weeks, but I think generally with the final day, if there's some teams that don't really have much to play for, I would generally trust those leaks. But if it's, for example, an Arsenal Man City leak, they might not be true just because the title's still in their hands. But I'll try and digest as many kind of tweets as we go along and hopefully answer your guys' questions to the best of my ability. In terms of my own team, you guys can see just above, we are currently just in the top 5k, 4,500k to be more exact. And I'm just hoping that we can retain this rank in game week 38, and then hopefully it's going to be another top 10k finish, a top 5k finish as well to add to our arsenal. So let me know if the audio in the video is sounding good. Tarang's already mentioned this. I've been slacking recently. I haven't been asking you guys to remind me, but thank you for letting me know, Tarang. As always, you guys can post your comments in the chat. I'll try my best to get to all of them, but as you guys know, that's not always the biggest possibility. I just want to get stream chat on the side. Again, I do apologize for being late, but I actually was away this weekend and came back today. But don't worry, came in clutch, managed to get the chalky milk on the way back. So we are looking good, at least with the superstitious factors. You guys should hopefully see my screen, my team on screen now. Got the chat up. Thank you for all of you joining early. Tarang saying the waiting time was killing him. That is true. It has been quite some anticipation. How's it, says Aaron. Harry saying 11 points behind my mini league rival, but I'm scared to go for differential captain. Tommy to man up, Harry. Unless it's to your detriment, then don't man up. But 11 points isn't the biggest kind of thing in the world. I would agree with you though. I think a differential captain is probably what you want to do. Punchy Lover saying, 1 point behind the leader in my mini league. Need advice. Yeah, so 1 point you can make up as long as you have different players between you. 1 point could just be going for Ben White over Gabriel, and he gets a bonus point. So 1 point is literally nothing. I would just play it however you want it. If you think Havertz outscores Saka, then you go for Havertz. But really now it's down to your own kind of decisions, because 1 point you literally can make that up, as I said, with a bonus point. Gunnar1 is saying Saka or Bruno. Davey, this is actually a tough one because I think that the Everton game might be tougher than maybe some people are expecting. I'm fully happy to be wrong there, but I do believe that Everton will put up a good defensive performance. And with Brighton, Lewis Dungside injured, Man United might play a bit more open with nothing to play for. Bruno could outscore Saka, so those two combinations is quite tough, obviously both on penalties, that sort of thing. So I think you have to probably go for Saka because of the better attacking stats for Arsenal and more to play for. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno does well. But I think that obviously the Bruno to Saka move will be quite popular. Franch was saying, I need to outscore my league leader by 10 points. I'm thinking Palmer captain and bringing Mateta for Jackson. Not Isaac because Gordon might not start. The rest of the team is identical. So Franch, there was a rumor of Isaac being benched. So just maybe wait for some more confirmation. However, the Newcastle leaks are always unreliable. So do what you think is fit. I think that going for a differential captain is the best way to make up 10 points. So I would agree with you. Sadesh saying my best season yet. Thanks for everything, Davey. Don't worry, Sadesh. That's what I'm here for, brother. I'm here to help you guys out. Hopefully by the end of the season, you're better FPL managers by listening to my videos. And hopefully I've entertained you slightly. David is also saying thank you for the great chat. Thank you, David. I do appreciate it. Havertz/Trossard or a Palace mid. I like the Arsenal assets a bit more. I think the Crystal Palace guys have very high upside. But Arsenal have something to play for, and I think the vibe there is going to be quite strong. Once again, Tarang, thanks for saying the video and the audio are Gucci. And thank you for saying I look great. I think I'm a bit sunburnt from this weekend, but it is what it is. I'm still going to be back for the deadline stream. Base replacement for Gordon, only 6.6. Can you get Olise or Eze? Those are probably my favorites there. How's it, Davey? Where's your suit? So the suit's only for the first game week of the season. It's not the last game week. It's the deadline of the first game week, the start. That's where we wear a suit. I should probably be suited up for the top 5k finish, but you know, it's what we do at the end of the day. This is the ranks that we want to be getting. So I do agree that the suit would have looked nice, but in all seriousness, I don't have it at this apartment. That's the reason why. I don't own a suit in this apartment. It's at my my parents' house where I still have all my storage. Thanks for getting the chalky milk. No worries, Vincent. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Daryl, for saying a sound and video look good. Everyone go like the final live stream. So yes, it actually helps me more if you like it at the start, because then the algorithm picks it up. If you like it at the end, no one wants to watch the deadline stream after the deadline. So if you want to like the stream and you're enjoying it, then you can go for it. But should I use my triple captain leading by... Yeah, Tarang, 100%. If you have a triple captain and you happy with your rank currently, Haaland, I would say, is the best captain anyways. So I would go for him. No worries, thank you. You guys are so kind. All the thank you messages. I was coming in expecting so many Havertz versus Saka debates, but you guys are all just saying thanks. I do appreciate it as always. I became a better person watching your video, Vincent. That's all we want you to do. And also, you didn't become any less rich because you spent no money on any subscriptions this year, Vincent. So that's an advantage. It was literally free. So that's another bonus for you. Jason J, I've got the chocolate milk. It's chocolate mint, but we had this before this season and we did quite well. So I'm pretty happy with that. In terms of my own team, I don't want to talk about my kind of chocolate milk too much, but in terms of my own team, you guys can see that currently I'm benching Gordon because there were some rumors of him being injured and benched, and I'm starting Pedro Porro. However, the final team is probably going to look more like this. It's probably going to be Gordon comes back in the lineup or Garnacho comes back in the lineup, and then I sell one of them for Saka or Havertz. Those are my two favorites at the moment. I was looking at maybe like a Luis Diaz or something like that, but I don't know. I think I actually forgot that Gakpo is a forward. I thought he was a midfielder. So shows you how much I know about my own team in FPL, but I think it's probably Havertz or Saka. It's going to be Saka unless we get news that Havertz is benched, but I could always go for Havertz. It just depends on the situation and the team news, basically. So that's my team. Very boring, but with a 4.5k rank, I think that you guys can forgive me for being slightly boring this week. But you guys don't have to be. You guys can be completely maverick. Do it as much as you need. So Light Race, hopefully that answers your question. It's probably going to be Garnacho to Saka / Havertz. If we get news of Isaac being benched, I don't know how reliable it will be, but then I'll just start Pedro Porro because I don't want to bench him anyways. So I'm not going to take a -4. Although the one move I could do was Isaac to Muniz and Gordon to Salah for a -4. But that -4 might take me out of the top 5k, which I'm not too happy about. So that's my current situation. Is Gordon expected to miss? Daryl, it seems like that's what the majority of people are saying, but he could always play. The only reason why they're saying that is that Eddie Howe said that he's still recovering, that sort of thing. But Eddie Howe is a compulsive liar in press conferences, so he could actually be fine. Do you guys agree with my overall setup, though, of my team? Would you start Pedro Porro over any of my defenders? I don't think so, especially with the news that apparently Guardiola and Man City are facing a West Ham team that has been stricken by illness. So they're not even going to have their first choice starting lineup. Jared Bowen's out with tonsillitis apparently. So that clean sheet should be locked in as long as Guardiola starts. Who would you play out of Isaac and Wilson? I'd still go for Isaac. Wilson might not be fit. Jacques, as a Spurs fan, defense is shambles. I do agree with you, and that's why I'm benching Pedro Porro at the moment, because I think that Sheffield United do score, but Pedro Porro, we've seen his attacking threat is quite significant. Now, loads of games, there's always loads of goals, Karan, so that is true, which might actually make taking Isaac out if he is benched more attractive, because then I don't have to play a fourth defender. I can play another forward, for example, but I don't know. A -4 this week is pretty sus, I would say. I just want to bring up, I want to check some ownerships. If you guys do want to talk about kind of differentials, I can go over those. I don't think there's a ton of differentials. I think it's probably the Crystal Palace assets. It's a Havertz is still pretty lowly owned. It's a Trossard. It's the Liverpool assets. If a Gakpo, a Luis Diaz are confirmed to play, they could also be quite strong. I do like the Liverpool game, and as a fan, I wish I had some coverage there, but I just can't fit them in at the moment. I just wanted to check the Arsenal ownership. So, because what it seems like is happening is that the Saka ownership is going down and the Havertz one's going up. So I don't know how much I can read into that, but that does look like what's happening at the moment. Gakpo or Mateta punt. Melon Musk, I like both assets. I would say though, if Gakpo is confirmed to play, I would be tempted by him. I think that Liverpool might score more goals than Crystal Palace do. But both of them should be quite safe. Obviously Mateta is very strong. Sadesh, yeah, so the site might crash. It might crash. But I'm willing to hopefully wait for some early Arsenal team sheet news. Look, the reason why it might crash is because everyone does transfer at the same time, which is true. But also, it's if people are activating wildcards free, it's that sort of thing where the site gets overloaded. But I think we should be okay. But I do agree with you. If you guys are going to make a lot of moves or using a wildcard, I would lock your draft team in as quickly as possible. Okay, so Erling Haaland starts for Man City. So if you guys are not captaining it, if you're not captaining Haaland, that might be a little bit tough. How are the Liverpool fans feeling in chat at the moment? I'm feeling very sad that our boy Jurgen is leaving. Crystal Palace posted Elise's boots and shirts, so he should also be probably playing. But that's the thing about Crystal Palace is their lineups are pretty strong. Like they're pretty secure. I mean, sorry. Yeah, so the only one that we've had at the moment is Jared Bowen has tonsillitis. That's the only confirmed source, and obviously now with Erling Haaland, but I think everyone kind of knows that. Okay, Diaz starts. Thank you, Vincent. Okay, Darwin doesn't start and Diaz does start. So Diaz could be a nice punt if you guys do want to go the differential. Siddharth just joined. What's good? Everything's good. Hopefully, we are going to be looking at a top 5k finish, so that should be strong. What's the likely moves, Connor? Connor, the likely moves are Garnacho or Gordon. If Gordon's confirmed out, I'll take him out for some bench coverage. But I would say it's probably going to be Garnacho to Saka or Havertz. If you guys can't afford that, then just do Gordon out. He's on our bench anyways. We'll miss you during the off-season, Gary. Yeah, I was contemplating doing Euros content, but I have a pretty stacked off-season. I'm traveling a lot, so I don't think I'll be able to, if I'm honest with you, but I could always try and see. Maybe do like a first draft and then just leave it. What's your plans? Davey says, Taj, it's going to be Garnacho to either Havertz or Saka at the moment. It's going to be Saka unless we get news that he's out. So if we don't get news about him, he's going to be in. That's basically my situation. But yeah, Saka much better than Havertz, the Blues. Is that a question or is that an answer? That's what I'm just kind of wondering. Because if it's a statement, then I get you. But if it's a question, it's close between them. I think that there's an argument to say that Havertz is better than Saka now that he's playing up front. The thing I do wonder though is if Gabriel Jesus comes on at some point, maybe Havertz gets dropped to midfield or if he gets subbed off completely. But yeah, that's the only decision. But I think Saka versus Havertz is very close at the moment. Would you play Bruno versus Brighton this week? Joe, I would say he's not a flyer to put out. That's the best way to put it. I think for most managers, it's the easiest midfielder out switch to do, Bruno to someone else. But just remember why you brought Bruno in. He's got penalties. He's facing a Brighton squad that has been decimated by injuries. Lewis Dunk is out for this week. De Zerbe is leaving though, so that they might kind of put up a good performance for him. But it could be a very open game, a very attacking game, and therefore Bruno could be a great shout. So that's why Joe, I would say he's not a fire to put out, but I understand for a lot of managers, he's probably the easiest way to a midfielder. Brett, the transfer is looking like Garnacho to Havertz or Saka. Saka, though, like, it sounds boring, but I think Saka's ownership is higher, so therefore it's a bit of a safety move in case he does bang. But I think between him and Havertz is pretty strong. Answer, Saka will be against them 38, yeah. But the problem is just imagine a 38-year-old Ashley Young does a bad tackle on a young Saka, and then Saka gets carted off with a broken leg or something. Obviously, touch wood, let's hope that doesn't happen. But it could. I mean, Ashley Young is known not to put in the best tackle sometimes. So that could be a situation. But also, let's be real, Everton are going to be building a house in that box of theirs. Defensively, they're just going to park the bus, I think. Elise or Trossard? I'd probably go Elise over Trossard, but I think both are fine. The problem that comes about with all these differential punts is there's not much between them, so it's kind of just going for whatever's in your mini league that people don't own. I don't think there's much between Elise, much against Trossard. For me to say I'm 100% confident one outscores the other, I'd be lying to you. It's basically who you think could have the better fixture, could have the better matchup. But what I would probably say is go for the games you think will have the most goals in them, because that's the highest ceiling. If Everton or if Arsenal win 1-0 and Trossard gets the goal, that's great. But imagine Crystal Palace score 3 goals and lose 4-3, but then they scored 3 and Elise gets 2 double-digit kind of goal involvements or something, and then that's going to be strong. So it's very kind of tough between them. I got news. Edison starts. Okay, I thought that he was out for the season though, so that was the latest from the press conference. Play Gusto or Porro? I'd probably go for Porro for attacking threat. If I had to say who's more likely to keep a clean sheet, it might be Spurs still. I don't know if I trust Petrovic to get a clean sheet this week. I think my goalkeeper is the weakest position in my team at the moment. Best bench boost team. Mohammed, there's so many options there that you could go for. As long as you've got a bench and a full starting 11 that has fixtures and they're looking good, then that's okay. I saw someone ask me for a freer draft, so I think what I would go for is an Everton triple up, probably what you guys see on screen. I would go with the Man City triple up, probably the one that you see on screen. I'd go for Son. Palmer I would still have there. Up front, I don't know if I'd go for Nicholas Jackson. I don't think I'd go for Isaac. I might have a differential punt up there like a Gakpo. But besides Nicholas Jackson, you can still go from, because there's not many other strikers that I would look at. And then your last midfielder, you can kind of play around with. I would try and fit Salah in there if you guys can. But otherwise, you could go for... Actually, what I would probably do is I'd go for a 3-5-2. I'd go for Haaland and Gakpo up front. I'd go for Salah, Foden, Son, Palmer, and then Saka or Havertz. And then the back three would be the same. And then the goalkeeper, it might be Alisson, or it might be... I think I'd probably just go for Alisson then. You don't have a Liverpool triple up. Would you take a hit this week? AJ, hits in Game Week 38 are super tough because you only have 1 week to pay it off. So if you kind of take a hit and you got 3 games, each of those 3 games is a chance for the hit to be repaid. But now this is literally counting on 1 game. And I would say that it's okay to do if a player's benched or injured. It's also okay to do if you want to captain the player you bring in as part of that -4. But I would be very, like, for example, Bruno to Saka from -4, I don't think I would do. I just play Bruno. David saying rumors that Isaac is injured, yeah, but the Newcastle rumors are never reliable, and that's the only frustrating fact about it. So let's see. Okay, so Newcastle play Brentford. Do we get Brentford team sheet news? Because then we're reliant on the Brentford maybe side getting news about Isaac. But I don't know. Okay, let me check. I don't see anything. Okay, no other team sheet news has come through yet. But as mentioned, I will update you guys if we do get anything. Yeah, and what I will say is that the Gordon Isaac rumor was not, it's not guaranteed. So don't be baited by that. I mean, there's always, like, where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. So obviously Gordon Isaac could be benched, but they could also just play. So, Mario, I'm 32 points behind first. I have a similar team to you. Any advice how to catch up? 32 points, you have to go differential captain and you have to hope that they absolutely bang. In a perfect world, you wouldn't have a team similar to me. You would have Salah, and then I would go for the Salah captain. But if you're not, and you have a similar team to me, as you said, I would probably go Son captain, and I would use the transfers to go differentials. But I wouldn't be taking a -8 to -4 because that's going to take that 32 points to 40 points, and then it's even harder. So just the easiest way is differential captain, but 32 points in one game is very hard to make up, especially if your number one or your mini league rival has a similar team to you, because then all your potential gains are blocked quite severely. Vincent saying Saka plus Havertz, Saka plus Elise, Saka plus Eze, Salah plus Mateta. Help me pick one. I'm 6 points behind in my mini league. I would go Salah and Mateta, Vincent. That looks strong. I would say that. No worries, Joe. Thanks for the question. I know it was quite an ambiguous answer, so hopefully you've been able to make a decision on the back of it. Melon Musk, no Trent. I think you're talking about my free draft. I think it's between Salah and it's between Trent, and I would rather have Salah than Trent at the moment. That's just how it is. If you can get both of them in, then and your team value is strong, then go for it. But I assume the majority of people won't. Emmanuel saying 70 points in the lead for my mini league. Should I worry, JK? I don't know if you look. Anything in FPL can happen. Let's just say somehow your second place opponent has got into the back end code of FPL and given themselves an extra free hit or extra triple caps and an extra bench boost, then maybe. But 70 points should be secure. Let's just say if you were to bet on it, the odds would be pretty low for you to lose. Let's just say. Don't jinx it, okay? But then don't comment it. I'm gonna comment on it, but Emmanuel, you have nothing to worry about. But you will win. Let's hope. You can always DM me on Twitter some hate if that happened. Milo's transfer plan is Garnacho to Saka versus Havertz. I just wanted some. I'm hoping we get news that Saka starts, but otherwise Havertz is a fine replacement. But it's between those two assets for me. Which differential captain would you pick between Salah, Son, and Saka? It's 100% Salah. I said this over on my video this week, the Ultimate Guide. Salah's ownership is so low within the top 10k, top 100k. He's not only fantastic to own as a differential, but to captain, he's a mega differential. So Salah for me is my favorite asset if you guys can buy him. Which match will you watch later? Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm going to watch Liverpool vs Wolves. Definitely. Yeah. Good luck, though, to you Man City fans and Arsenal fans. More Arsenal fans, because I think Man City are definitely favourites. So good luck to you guys. Hopefully you enjoy the game. Both teams have had good seasons. Just remember that. Although you probably won't care if you lose the league. Siddharth, what do you reckon, Havertz or Saka? I'm 9 points behind. They have Saka, yeah. So if you're 9 points, I would go for Havertz then, Siddharth. Rami saying, thank you for the super chat firstly. Saying Gordon and Isaac to Havertz and Gakpo for -4 and bench Bruno, or just bring in Havertz for free and play Bruno. I just play Havertz for free and bring in and play Bruno. I don't think that's worth a -4. I think I would just play what you have there. I think Bruno could be a fine, unless we get news that he doesn't start, for example. Then I think we can deal with something. But at the moment, I've seen nothing on United as a whole. So, would you start Vicario or Petrovic? I'd go Vicario for me. Someone asked this over on Discord, actually 2 people, and I said Vicario. It's just, for me, I think that they have a higher chance of a clean sheet. I hope that Petrovic keeps the clean sheet, but I'm not super confident. I can check for you projected points, though, if you want. So Petrovic is... okay, so yeah, Vicario it agrees with me. Okay, okay, so news about Liverpool. Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, and Trent all start. So if you guys do want to take punts, that's strong. That looks good. I think Liverpool have the chance to do some good work in terms of the attacking department. I think they have a good chance of doing some good work in front of goal. But yeah, so I think the Liverpool assets are strong differentials at this point. So if you guys do want to go there, I can back it. And I think Liverpool will be quite forward today in front of goal. The -4 dilemma is Alvarez to Jackson and Romero to Guardiola. Rest of the team is mint. Okay, so AJ, the first problem there is if Alvarez starts, you probably want him, but we should get news that Alvarez starts or not. So just wait a bit, wait about maybe 50 minutes. So I agree with you that does look quite strong. Do you want to go Jackson or do you want to go for someone like a Gakpo up front? Because he's confirmed to play now. And I would probably say that Liverpool score more goals than Chelsea. I could be wrong there, AJ, but that's what I would say. And with Romero to Guardiola, I mean, Romero could always do well against Sheffield United, but I would agree with you. I think Alvarez to Jackson / Gakpo, if Alvarez is confirmed to be benched, and then Romero to Guardiola looks good. I'd say I would do that. Would you start Isaac or Johnson? Brennan Johnson? Okay, I would. With the rumors at the moment, it's a bit iffy with Isaac, so I would probably just play Johnson anyways over him in your starting 11. Bench one of Isaac or Bruno? I'd say bench Isaac with the rumors. So yeah, if you guys have a very strong bench option that you might have been playing, then you could always do that. For example, with me, I'm not going to bench Isaac for Pedro Porro unless he's confirmed out. Puskar is saying, would you start Gusto or Porro? Also start... Okay, I would start Porro and I would start Isaac. Vernon, thank you for asking me how I'm doing. I'm doing well. What is your plan today? I'm doing probably Garnacho to Havertz / Saka. 1 point ahead of my mini league. Would you get Elisa or Mateta for Gordon or Isaac? So Vernon, maybe wait and see if we get some Newcastle news, but otherwise I prefer the Elise move slightly. Gordon to Elise says Michael. Yeah, that's a strong move. Those are like, that's as I said, the differentials this week are Crystal Palace, Arsenal, or Liverpool. I believe my opponent will have Saka, KDB, Gusto, Elise. In my, I got Salah, Foden, Porro, and 6 points ahead. Okay, so Saka versus Salah, I think you win. KDB, Foden is 50-50. I like Porro better. I mean, it's close between you, Vincent. I can't say that you will come out with 6 points, but I would say that you look okay. You're looking fine. Afternoon, Paulie, a bench who's active, currently in panic mode. What's the bench looking like? What's your bench at the moment? Don't cheat though. Don't put like Foden on the bench. Like, what's your legit bench looking like? I'd be interested to see. Should I start Porro ahead of Garnacho on my bench? No, you can play Garnacho over him. I'd say that that's okay. Fantastic job. Thank you. I do appreciate it, Vernon. We have tried to increase the consistency, and I think this will be my fourth top 10K or top 6K in the last 6 seasons. So those odds aren't looking that bad. Bench is currently Dubravka, Gordon, Porro, and Van Dijk. Got Isaac 2 in the starting 11. Okay. So you're hoping that rumor's false, which I mean, it could be. I wouldn't trust that rumor. I think Porro, Van Dijk is very strong. I think Dubravka's okay as well. That looks fine. It's just Gordon and Isaac that could come back to be a little bit weird. But also, like, at the moment, we don't know anything about starting assets for Newcastle. Let me just check Twitter. I just want to check something quick. Okay, cool. So let's go check Twitter. Filip Petrovic. Hey, Filip. Good luck, charm. Petrovic is keeping a clean sheet today because of you. Hey, Davey. Good luck and have fun. Good season. Thank you. I do appreciate it. But yeah. Are you related to Petrovic, maybe? Filip. Okay, so it's just the Liverpool news that we had gotten. Yeah, so just the Liverpool news that we got about Diaz, Gakpo, and Salah. That's the only situation that we have now. Are we going to get Saka? Are we going to get Havertz news? I don't know. Is there a private YouTuber league? I think you'd win. David, there's not a private league, but there is... There's FPLGameweek.com, so shout out to them. They run a league. So you can see here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see if I can show you. So let me just adjust this for you. Yeah, so this is the league. So they have a FPL Content Creator League. So you have Ben Krellin at the top, as you guys know. I always shout him out, the FPL Guru. Then we have FPL Fran. Then we have FPL Harry. Then we have me, Dave FPL. Then Luke from Inspected Goals, or formerly, I think, still Scout. FPL Graduates Josh. Then we've got Zoff. Sorry, I was just thinking about what Zoff. Zoff from FPL Wire. And those are kind of like top 7. Then you have like Mark Southerns, some other big content creators. Yeah, so I'm 4th in this league by 1 point over Luke. So yeah, I wouldn't win the league, but the above managers top 3 are pretty decent. I mean, Harry's on for like multiple top finishes in the last 4 seasons. Ben Krellin's like an OG. FPL Fran's good air analytics manager. So yeah, I'm 4th in that league, but I'm not winning it. So I do appreciate the compliment, but I have to be realistic. But top 4 is pretty good. I'll take top 4. I mean, we are smaller channels, so top 4 among some of the big boys is not too bad, I'll say. Okay, let me just adjust this. I apologize. Just seeing white on your screen. Oh, you're seeing white on your screen. You get it, because the defender white. Oh, this is why you guys join the deadline stream, for these jokes. Okay, cool. Let me just adjust it a bit. Can you guys see that? Okay, cool. So that's the team as of now. I will say to you guys, we've got 22 minutes left before the deadline. So get your teams locked in if you want to. I think it's fine to do transfers in a little bit. I don't want to leave it super late. Vicarios over Petrovic. I think slightly, yeah. That's what I'd say. If I had both those goalkeepers, I would play Vicario or Vicarios over Petrovic. Any team news? Liverpool, Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Trent. Haaland starts. It looks like Elisa is going to play from Crystal Palace social media. And then the other one is Bowen has tonsillitis. That is true. So those are the only ones we've had at the moment. But with about 20 minutes left, we're going to have a lot of chat. Okay, so this is the Liverpool team. Thank you, Vincent. Okay, can you guys see this? Okay, you guys can see that. You also shout out to Vincent here at the bottom. You can see tag me. So this is the lineup for Liverpool. It's Gakpo, Diaz, Salah, McAllister, Endo, Elliott, Robertson, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Trent, Alisson. So if you guys want a Liverpool assets, this is the team. If you want to bring them in, you want to play them, this is the team. You guys can go check out Anfield Insights 9 on Twitter if you guys want to get other information. But yeah, that's the Liverpool lineup. Thank you, Vincent, for tagging me. Who are you going? I'm going Garnacho to probably Saka. That's what I'd say. I don't know what's worse. Yeah, so that's all that I've seen at the moment. That's all the news we've had, which is a little bit worrying. I would have liked some more, maybe Guardiola news, maybe some Arsenal news. That would be lovely. But yeah, I don't know. The one thing we can actually do now is we can go over to check some stats for Arsenal, because I think Saka Havertz for me is probably the one that I want to potentially look at. How are you feeling about Klopp's last game, Omar? I'm trying not to think about it because it's so sad. But yeah, it's sad, obviously, but it's also, it's good. I mean, it's a happy sad, kind of. Because he's been such a great asset to Liverpool over the seasons. And I think for my life, he's been the majority manager, so that's pretty nice. Okay, let me just... it's just taking a little while to load. Everton have been tight at the back, that is true. And that's why maybe if Gakpo was a midfielder, I would have gone for him. But because he's a forward, I'm not going to take out another forward unless Isaac's out. But then I might just play Pedro Porro. Saka over Havertz, says the Blues. Defending most mini leagues, can't get to Salah, so Saka Havertz. Thanks. If you're defending, I think Saka's a better safe option. Adam is saying best triple captain. I would definitely say Haaland. But otherwise, Son or Salah is also great. 35 points ahead, rival as Bruno, Brentford, Regulon. Think I'll be safe? Yeah, I think you'll be safe. 35 points is a lot. Even if all of them get returns, you're not looking at 35 points. So, okay, let me just go for midfielders. Minimum minutes. Let's say like 400. And then let's say per 90 minutes. And then let's go expected FPL points. Damn, okay, Lisa is high up there. Trossard's also up there, but he's just less nailed. Okay, what I'll do here is I'll show you guys some of the comparisons. Okay, can you see this? Let me see if you guys can see this on stream. Okay, you guys can kind of, but it's not 100%. Okay, let me just control that. Control that. Okay, we're just going to do this for now. Just bear with me. I'll just duck. Okay, so this is going to be FPL Fix, their stats, expected stats per 90 minutes of midfielders from game week 30 onwards. Let's just go for the last few game weeks. You guys can see that it's 7, 8 games, 9 games for some. We've got XG here, we've got XA, and we've got expected FPL goals, or expected FPL points. So I'm just going to duck out the way. You guys can see, so expected FPL points basically takes all the expected numbers and it puts them into what they would have scored. So I like to use it because instead of saying XG involvement, you can just say expected FPL points. So you can see Elise is at the top, then we've got Saka, then we've got Havertz, Trossard, Eze. So Elise is a very good punt if you guys want to go, and that's why I prefer him over Eze. But what you guys can see is that the XG of Saka versus the XG non-penalty is very close. But because it's so close between him and Havertz, I would prefer Saka, but XA is Havertz's kind of boost, and he's got a higher XA. But I still slightly prefer Saka because of the penalties, for example, that sort of thing. So unless we get news that he's out, I think I'll probably just stick with him over Havertz. So yeah, do apologize if my head was getting in the way. Okay, what moves are we looking at? It's going to be Garnacho to Havertz or Saka at the moment. Davey, before the quickfire starts, should I do Gordon out for Saka Havertz or Garnacho to Havertz? I can't afford Saka in the latter. Whatever move I do, Tarang, unless you're chasing. If you're chasing, then go Havertz because lower owned. But if I go for Saka, then just go for Saka. And then I would do the Gordon to Saka move because you're going to bench Gordon anyways. Hey Davey, do you think you'll have any pool players in next season's FPL Team Fair or Kloppo? It depends on the price, David, but I probably will have one or two. Especially if like a Jota is back to full fitness. He's a really great FPL asset. How's it, bro? Well, final day. Yes, on for my best finish at 2.5k, assuming this week goes well. Thanks for the support. You're absolute legend, Davey. Let's finish strong. Thank you, Will. I was waiting for the question there, but it just kept on kind of rolling. Thank you. I do appreciate the kind words, brother. I can't get Saka, then go Havertz. Saka Havertz is very close. If you can't get Havertz, though, then we can go for Elise. Harry saying video and audio or Gucci, never too late. Thank you, Harry. I do appreciate you. That's why you've been the glue that holds this live stream together, because I just need, every 5 minutes, I need to know that the audio and the video look good. But thanks for the reminder. Connor, currently got Porro and Romero starting. Would you take a -4 for an Arsenal defender? No. The -4 for a defender is never fantastic, but especially in Game Week 38. I don't think it's worth, because what you're basically saying is that if Romero loses the clean sheet and Gabriel keeps the clean sheet, that hit is negative because it's just 4 points. So I don't think I'd say that. I would just keep the transfer you've just done. Thank you for the help, Connor. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words. Hope you guys win your mini leagues. That's what I'll say. Will you play the Euro Fantasy? I might just play do an initial draft, but I don't know. Davey, I went from 1 mil to top 11k to 10,000, and I climbed again to 7k. It's been a roller coaster on the season. Next season, I'll be more confident. GW38 though, thank you for becoming a legend member for 29 months in the first place. That's absolutely insane. But secondly, congrats on that absolutely nice rank. 7k is very decent. Top 10k finish, and you are looking strong. Thank you, Andy Hutch, for the very nice war cry in chat. Do appreciate it. Let me go check the old Twitter machine for you. We do have 14 minutes to go, guys, so that is very tough. So please, if you want to make your transfers, you might have to do it. Okay, I don't see anything at the moment. I don't know, I was thinking about Elisa at the moment. Let's actually do a poll here. So you guys can vote, but maybe do it quickly. Who do you think scores the most points this week? If you had to pick if you have to pick a midfielder to bring in, and this is going to be for me, who would you pick? So you guys can vote on that poll. Bruno or Gordon to Havertz. Are you starting Bruno or are you starting Havertz? I mean, are you starting both of them? Because then take out Gordon because I don't think he's going to play. But if you're benching one of them, you can take either of them out. How's it, Davey? 147 points last week, 100 points ahead of my mini league. So feet up for me, Chris. You can absolutely relax on that one. That is going to be a very nice game week. Foden starts, guys. Foden is confirmed to play, so that's nice for us. At least there's no kind of Foden benching there. It's actually quite close, so get your guys' votes in if you haven't. And while you're at it, as Dorichi is saying, hit the like button if you want to. Starting Isaac, 343, Rafinrez, okay. Everton is tight defensively and Villa are on the beers, says Vernon. That is true. And Elise is, I do back Elise quite strongly. KDB starts as well, guys. So Foden, KDB and Haaland all play. No surprise there. Triple up Sheffield, please, Davey. Maybe not. Thanks, Martin. No worries, Walks. Do appreciate it. Zakir is saying, I'm 51 points away from a PS5. I'm third in the league. Do I risk it or finish third for a prize? 51 points, Zakir, is a lot. I won't lie to you. I don't want to be the kind of bringer of bad news, but that does look quite hectic. I would say probably just stick with what you have. Try and finish as high as you can without like ruining your season. I would say I would switch from the mini league. I'd probably say I'd switch to the kind of mindset of overall rank rather than mini league. Okay, so we've had some news here from a Newcastle source that is not too fantastic, but he basically said that Isaac's with the team, but no sign of Gordon. So no sign of Gordon. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take out Gordon for Garnacho. Okay, wait, I have to do this in my actual team. Sorry, that was just the planner. So let me bring on... So I'm going to bench Gordon. Actually, no, I'll probably just... Because am I going to sell Gordon? Yeah, okay, so this will be the team. So that's the current team at the moment. Isaac, no, not Isaac captain. Son vice captain. And then... Because of this news, like, look, between Gordon and Garnacho, I don't know if there's too much between it, but if he hasn't been seen with the squad, then I'm more tempted to take Gordon out than Garnacho if we need bench coverage. Okay, so 9 minutes to go. I think we should probably lock in moves. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to go to the transfers and I'm going to go to midfielders just in case we cut it close. But I don't really think there's, like, I doubt we get early team sheet news anyways from Arsenal. Moji FIFA, thank you for being a legend member for 9 months. He said, how's it, Davey? Should I go Saka, Fernandes, or Elise in for Gordon? It depends on your kind of differential approach. I would say Elise as a differential, or I would say go for Saka. Between those two, but Saka's the safe option. Elise is the more exciting punt. Start Elise or Isaac. Michael, I'd start Elise. I like Fernandes in for Gordon on your team, Chris. That's also a play that I could do. I haven't really thought about that. But I think at the moment, I'm looking more at kind of one of the other midfielders. I'd probably say I'd go for Luis Diaz before I go for Bruno. But Bruno's, I don't think he's a flyer to put out. Oh, sorry, I'm just checking some early team sheet news. So I haven't seen much. Okay, so I think we just probably go Saka then. Okay, wait, what are the votes saying? Okay, so the votes are saying Havertz 40%. Saka 22% and Elise 32%. Okay, so everyone's backing Havertz. Chris Fires, thank you for gifting one Davey FPL membership. Do appreciate it. And thank you for not gifting it to Vincent. That's an absolute dub in the chat. Attila Torok, you've got a membership, so enjoy that one. Yeah, so no one give Vincent free memberships. Adnan fixes projecting Havertz to get 1 more point than Saka. 6.2 versus 5.2. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't actually checked those, like compared those two options. Okay, but I think we need to do our transfers fairly shortly. Let's just say that. So I think what we'll do is we'll do Gordon out. Gordon out for Saka. And then we'll bring Saka in. I just wish we had early team sheet news about him. That would have been so much better. So Saka or Havertz, that's the thing. Okay, so Guardiola starts, that's good for us. Okay, let's lock in the team here. No more delays. So 44% of you are saying Havertz. Should I listen to the actual... Saka ain't going to get dropped in the biggest game. So it just depends if he's injured or not. That's the only thing. So everyone's saying... So everyone's vote... 44% of you have said Havertz. So should we go for Havertz then? Havertz. He will play, I reckon. I do think he'll play. It just depends if he's as good of an option. Havertz marked by one of the best centre-back pairings in the Premier League. Saka marked by a 38-year-old winger. That is true, and he is on penalties. Okay, so do we do Saka in? I think we do probably, or Havertz. I think we do Saka. So I'm confirming that Saka's in the team. He is flagged, but we're taking one flag player out for another. Let's hope that he plays. And then let me just post this on Discord quick, but you guys can get those questions in, and I'll try to do a quick fire round. Okay. And that has been posted. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've gone for Saka. I mean, it is what it is. If he doesn't do well, it's okay. Okay, cool. So let's do some quick fire rounds. Thank you for the season. No worries. Son or Palmer captain. Legally is Palmer Son. Then go for Son captain if you want to make up some points, Harry. Saka's always flagged. He will play. Yeah, that is true. David saying regret, maybe. But yeah, 2 minutes to go. So guys, please, your bench order, is it correct? Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm fine with this bench order. It's probably the bench order I would have played anyways. I don't have Arsenal defense. Should I start both Porro and Van der Ven or start Burn? I'd go for the double up Toshi. Many thanks, Pawan. Thank you. Slamming's also saying, I don't have enough funds to bring Saka. Brought Havertz. That's fine, Abdul. Final question. Petrovic versus Vicario. Shamir. Did Robertson will play? Yeah, he will, Amar. He's in the starting 11 apparently. Start Isaac or Elise? I'd go for Elise, Jason. Isaac bench. We don't know. He might be. But the source isn't that confirmed. Thoughts on taking Gordon out for Kai Havertz? If I do Kai, I bench. Yeah, Daryl, that's fine. Tarang has been a legend member for 21 months, saying team locked. Want to take a moment to say thank you for the massive season. It was a fabulous journey in the top 10k. All thanks to you. And thank you, Tarang. As long as your rank is looking strong, I'm very happy. Person Miami in the same team as me with Saka, but I'm thinking of getting Havertz. Should I play it safe? No, go for Havertz. Just try and get as many points as you can, Adnan. There's not much between them. Thanks for everything. Been following you since 2013. Thank you, Aaron. Start Gusto, Porro, or White. I would start Ben White, definitely, Sven. Thank you, Evan, thanks for the kind words. Thanks again for a great season. Thank you, Harry. Are you still studying David Jacques? No, I'm not. I'm a few years out of varsity or university. Son vice captain, yeah, I'm pretty set on that one. It could be Palmer, but Haaland's playing anyways, so it is what it is. Saka did not travel with the squad to Goodison Park. Thank you, Vincent, because they're playing at the Emirates. So let's hope that he's okay. Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for the support throughout the season, brother. And it is official. Time up, hands down. Time for the last time this season. It's TUPD. So thanks once again, guys. Hopefully you guys win your mini leagues, and it is going to be a great kind of off season then. Hopefully your overall rank is also looking pretty strong. I just want to say thanks to all of you guys. Even if you joined my deadline stream once or liked one video, commented on one video, watched one video, it's all always do appreciate your guys' support. Thanks to the legend members, the supporters, as well as the normal members. I do always thank you guys for kind of contributing to support me throughout the season. And all you stream chat regulars, thank you for always keeping me laughing and keeping me motivated to do these deadline streams. So always do appreciate it. As I said, hopefully you guys are having a great overall rank currently, and Game Week 38 is an insane one. And the green arrow is in your favor. But for the time being and for the last time in the 2023/24 season, thank you. And I'm signing off with me, Davey FPL, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.